What is going on, guys? Welcome to another video on my channel, Hairliciously. Make sure to subscribe so that you guys are updated on my second hair transplant journey progress, as well as video topics covering current hair loss treatments in the pipeline. Feel free to visit my website at hairliciously.com to follow my current hair loss treatment regimen, which includes microneedling, which is scientifically proven to stimulate hair growth and induce stem cells, my low-level laser therapy cap, hair growth supplements, debulking shampoo, and a few other products that will help those who are suffering from hair loss. So a few days ago, we actually received a huge update from the company Follicum and their topical application, also known as FOL-005. If you guys don't know, let me refresh your memory on what Follicum is doing with their topical product FOL-005. So they are a Swedish company that has created a product that can both inhibit and promote hair growth. Research is based on a human protein called osteopontin, and over the past few years, they have gone through several research and development, including human clinical trials with injections to the human thigh, which took place in 2016 and 2017. Now, this phase 1/phase 2A tested for safety and to see an effect of the treatment, and it was successful in the sense that it did indeed show increased hair growth on the thigh. At the second lowest dosage, 76% of the treated volunteers showed a higher density of hair growth. And in 2018, the second clinical trial, they tested FOL-005 on the scalp of patients to check for efficacy and safety. And luckily, the study did show that hair growth was increased on average by about 7 hairs per centimeter squared. The increase was borderline statistically significant compared to baseline. There was a clear positive effect that was shown in the number of hairs in the growth phase, and at the highest dosage, there was an 11% increase in the number of hair follicles in the growth phase, and the ratio between the number of hairs in the growth phase to those in the dormant phase also increased by 18%. So last year, they were working on the proper dosage and treatment length to optimize the maximum hair growth effect of FOL-005. The last update we had from Follicum was that their hair loss product was as successful as Minoxidil 5% with just 1 application a day, instead of 2 times for Minoxidil. The result was dose dependent, so we were hoping that testing higher dosages and using it for a longer period of time would result in better hair growth long term. So the update from Follicum a few days ago was regarding their phase 2 study, which was approved by the German Medicines Agency and the German Ethics Committee. The study is going to be comprised of 200 patients who will be treated with FOL-005 or the placebo daily for the next 4 months. And the purpose of this trial is to investigate the efficacy, safety, and response to FOL-005 topical treatment. And as far as we are aware, there are going to be 3 different dosages of FOL-005. So hopefully we can really see a dose-dependent result and better efficacy over long-term usage. The study is expected to be completed and the results provided to us in Q4 of this year. Apparently, they have already recruited 200 volunteers for the clinical trial, so hopefully it's not going to take any time longer for them to start doing the trial. Now, a lot of you guys are probably wondering and thinking that this really isn't a cure for hair loss. And to be honest, it really isn't. It's not likely to reverse baldness or even be effective for those with extensive hair loss. And the fact is they did compare to results with Minoxidil 5%. And as we know, Minoxidil isn't going to cure hair loss. The good news, however, is that this may be a good replacement to those who are having side effects from using the only FDA-approved topical in the US, which is Minoxidil. And studies did confirm that there were no adverse side effects from FOL-005. So I feel like it can still be a great replacement of Minoxidil. You also only need 1 application a day versus 2 times for Minoxidil. And obviously more studies do need to be carried out since FOL-005 did show promising results at higher dosages. So hopefully in their phase 2 clinical trial, it's going to show more improvement of density and hair growth with using a higher dosage for a longer period of time. And since Follicum is still undergoing clinical trials, it's going to be some time before we even think about commercialization. If everything goes as planned and if everything is successful, they likely have to go through phase 3 clinical trials. They have to go through the whole FDA process, manufacturing, distributing, commercialization. So it's not going to be out on the market for at least another 2 to 3 years at the earliest, but it's good to know that we do have certain things that are lined up in the near future. I always tell my viewers to be optimistically cautious. Every now and then I get emails from my viewers asking if they should hold off getting a hair transplant or even hair loss treatment, since we have better hair loss treatments in the pipeline and stem cell hair replication coming up in the near future. So here's what I tell them. Don't ever wait for something that isn't promised. It's good to see that these companies like Follicum, Follica, Dr. Suji, Replicel, Shiseido, a bunch of other companies that are working towards finding a better treatment for treating hair loss. But the thing is, it hasn't happened now, and it's not ever promised later down the road. I'm not trying to sound negative, but that's just the truth. With hair loss, the more that you guys delay treatment, the lower the chance of you guys actually getting your hair back. If you guys don't want to lose your hair, don't wait for anything. Get on Minoxidil, get on finasteride, dutasteride, microneedling, low-level laser therapy. The worst thing that you guys can actually do to your hair is not doing anything about it. You see so many people who are number 5, 6, 7 who just gave up there, and they just push you into telling you to just shave your head because, just because they weren't proactive with treatment early on. And that's not to say that, I have anything bad against them or, bad against people that do end up shaving their heads. More power to you if you guys don't let hair loss affect you. But the truth is, we all want hair, and if we're given a choice, 99.9% of people would choose to have hair. So even with these treatments in the pipeline, nothing is promised, and they're all empty promises until it's proven to work, until they've completed all the clinical trials and it's available to the public. And the other thing that I wanted to mention about the stem cell hair replication, Dr. Suji, and some other hair cloning companies, is that you only need a small amount of donor hair. So there really is no point in waiting. Even after you guys end up getting 3, 4, or 5 hair transplants, you are still going to have enough donor supply to replicate the hair follicles in the back of your scalp. So please don't wait, be proactive. Don't wait on one treatment because you think that it's going to happen in the near future. We've had finasteride and minoxidil for a really long time without any replacement. So, there is a good chance that it might take longer. So please keep that in mind. That's pretty much it for today's video. I also wanted to let you guys know that I was planning on going to Turkey, Istanbul, actually next weekend. It was supposed to be on Friday evening. But due to the whole coronavirus, I don't think there's any incidences in Turkey, but I do know that, there's people traveling all over the world and also at airports. And, being that my wife is pregnant, we also kind of didn't want to risk that fact. So we are actually delaying our Turkey trip until June. So it's going to happen in June. And it's probably better because it's going to be a lot warmer. Right now, I've heard that it's very cold in Turkey. So when I do get closer to the date, I will let you guys know. I have a lot of videos coming up in the future. And so please stay tuned for that. If you guys have any questions, please make sure to leave me some comments in the comment section below. And I will talk to you guys all in my next video. Take care.